Hello everyone, welcome back to Tech with Ria. So, in the previous videos, we have discussed about Tosca automation tool introduction part, and then we have seen how modules work in Tosca. Post that, we have also seen a basic understanding of test cases in Tosca. And we have also created our first test case inside our test cases section, which is a login test case. So if any of you guys have not watched it yet, so आपके लिए मैं description में वो वाले videos का link share कर दूंगी, so you can simply go and watch them. और for today's video, we will be talking about different action modes in Tosca. So you guys might have seen we have the following action modes here in the test cases section. I mean, when you open your Tosca commander, when you come into your test cases section, there is a column named as action modes. So there are different action modes here. When you click on the drop down, you can see input, verify, buffer, wait on, select, and constraint. So in this video, we will be discussing what are these, why it is used, like what are different action modes and what is the functionality of each action mode. So in this particular video, I will be taking you all through only three first, which is input, verify, and wait on. I will create a separate video for buffer because it is a bit lengthy topic when compared to others. And the remaining select and constraint are related to table operations, which is a completely separate topic. So we will have uh, uh, another session on that or a video. I will create a separate video on table operations. So in that I will let you know what select and constraint is used for. So for now we will just understand input, verify and wait on. And don't worry, मैं आपको सब कुछ टोस्का में practically I will show you how we use each of them. So सबसे पहले let's just understand what is action modes. I have written a simple definition for you here. So action modes tells the Tosca tool to what type of action to perform on a particular control. So it's pretty self-explanatory here. So when you scan any element over here, so you need to perform certain action on that, right? Either you need to provide a value, so that means input a value, or you need to click on this button, or you need to click on any links or anything, whichever element that you have scanned, right? So these are nothing but actions. So based on those action modes that you select over here, Tosca will understand that okay, I need to perform an input action on this value for this control. So that is the basic understanding of what action modes are. So in simple words, action modes is what Tosca should do. So we will tell Tosca, see, you have to provide this input into this username. So like that. So when you enter values in test step value, you must select an action mode. So that is what I told you. Based on the selection, it will perform the action on that element. Now there are different types of actions as we already discussed, and we will be going through input first. In our previous video, you guys must have already seen what input is. It's pretty again self-explanatory that input is used to input any value or enter a value. See, you can see here, enter a text or click on a button or select a checkbox. So whatever action, clicking action, or entering any typing any data into any of your element, those actions will be performed under your input action mode. So in this also you can see when we entered the value for this test step, right, username, password and login, all these are under action mode. So you're inputting a value here, you're inputting a value here, and then you're clicking on this. So click action is all that also comes under the action mode input. So this is how you use input action modes in Tosca. It is very simple. So by default, whenever you enter any value on any element, Tosca will automatically select input first. Okay. Now let's come into verify. Verify is again, it is very simple. It is used to check if the value exists on the application. So suppose we have a Swag Labs title over here. So sometimes in some of the scenarios when you're working on your real-time project, you will be asked to verify if this particular element is visible on the screen or if it is enabled. Enabled in the sense if this login button is enabled or not, even that can be done through verify operation or action mode. Okay, I will show you how we can do that, but first let's just see other things about this. See, it is used to check if the value exists and to validate the text if the text is validated, like just to check if it is visible or not, to confirm the status. So verify is also another thing that, for example, if you're working on anything, right? Suppose you have entered into this and you have selected some, uh, you know, some item here, add to cart and all that. So lastly, an order number or success message will be showing up, right? So in order to capture that, like to verify if you have successfully ordered your item or if you have successfully logged in into the application, those things can also be verified through this action. So that is nothing but confirm status. Now example, see welcome message, login successful. So as soon as you log in anywhere, it will show a success message. So here it's not showing, but in order to check that, we can simply, we can simply do it through verifying if the product name, this product is visible here. So once if we verify that if it is visible, then it is easy for us to understand that, okay, we have logged in, now we can move on with the next step. Just for an example, I'm showing. Okay, now, okay, so now I will show you how this verify actually works. So just a second. For example, let's take a scenario wherein I want to verify if this login button is enabled or if it is visible or not. So how can I do that? I have a module already created. So I will simply create a new folder here and I will put it as verify action mode, and I will add a test case verify login button. Okay, so this is our test case. So I'll simply drag and drop the same module into this test case and I will add the values over here. Let me just copy paste these. See, it has changed to input, and again I want to change that to string to sorry. Yeah, so I need to put the password over here, and then I first want to verify if this login is visible. So I will simply click on this button here. Okay, this arrow button here, drop down, and there is a functionality called steer property. So click on that and then come into this drop down, and you have four options here: enabled, exist, inner text, visible. So any of these you can select, and based on your requirement you can perform the action. So right now we want to check if the login button is enabled or not. So I will just give enabled here and we will write a true here. Sorry, 1 second. We will write true. True. So this is case sensitive. You need to have the first letter as capital. And we will change the action mode to verify. Okay. So now what Tosca is generally doing here, we are telling the tool Please enter the username, enter the password, and then verify if this is enabled, if this button is enabled or not. So it will give me in my result, it should show that enabled true, like that it should show. Anyway, I will just run that and show you how the results will look like. So as I said, right click and run in Scratchbook. Let's just wait for it to complete. It's very fast. So you can see it will quickly enter the username password and it will verify if the login button is enabled or not. Okay, so there are no errors. Everything is green. So our test case has passed. So automatically your Scratchbook will open and you can expand all from here and see. It has entered username password and in login, in the log info, you can see this message. Verification was successful. Expected value true. Action value true. That means it was successful in verifying that this page is, sorry, this button is enabled. So this is how you can use your verify action move. Okay, and if you want, you can also verify different things on the elements. Like if you want to verify the title is visible or not, you can also do that. Okay, all these things, such things can be verified using action mode verify. It's pretty simple. It depends on how much you practice on it will make it more understandable. So next thing that we were going to discuss on is WaitOn. Now WaitOn is again very simple to understand. Just try to listen this bit carefully. So WaitOn matlab kya hai? Sometimes in simple term, let me first explain you. Sometimes when you open an application, right? Many such applications are there wherein when we open them, it will take some time to load the complete page, right? So it will take few seconds to minutes to load all the elements inside that application. And since the applications, few of the applications are slow, at that time, if you run a simple case without adding any wait functionality, until the page is loaded, it will go to the next step and your test cases would fail. So, but in Tosca, we have this functionality called WaitOn. Okay, so if you use that on your test cases, you can simply ask your tool to please wait until the page is completely loading, like loaded, and then you can go with the next steps in the test case. So you can see here, WaitOn, it is used to wait for the element to appear. This is one scenario. Handle synchronization. Synchronization in the sense it manages the sync between your tool and the application. It will wait until the application and tool are in sync with each other. Okay, with related to time. Now example, wait until login button is enabled. Suppose if this is taking some time to be enabled. So we will ask the tool to wait until this gets enabled and then click on it, then proceed with the next steps. So it's very simple. So I will just show you this on the tool. I'll use the same test case over here, but I'll create it using a new folder. I will add WaitOn. Okay, WaitOn action mode. Okay, inside this, I will add a test case and I will name it as WaitOn. I'll just name it WaitOn. And then I'll drag and drop the same module inside this. So here, suppose in this scenario, for example, just assume that when you're opening this application, it is taking time to load the username password. Okay, username and password are taking some time to be loaded on the screen. So in that case, what we can do, like we can use the WaitOn functionality. So in order to do that, we cannot simply add the value here and put the action code wait on. So in that case, it will wait for to add the value in that uh, element, right? We don't want that. We want the system to wait until this is completely loaded and then we want it to add the value. So for that, we need to use this username more than once, right? So right now we only have this, only one row is present for this username. So in order to have this more than once, we use a functionality called cardinality. I have added the simple definition of that. See, cardinality, it defines how many times a module attribute or a control can be used within a single step. So in order to do that, to make this usable multiple times, we can go to modules. And in modules, when you come to that, we want to use that particular element, right? So we will go to that element module. Okay. And once we enter here, in the properties section, you can see something called cardinality over here, right? So as the definition says, we can use, by changing this, we can use this element more than once. So here, by default, 0 to 1 will be present. That means this particular element is present only once. It can be used only once. So in order to use it more than once, we can just simply add 0 to n over there. Okay, and just click on here. Then come back to your test case and see now when you see your test case. Okay, now what we want the system to, we will steer the property and we will ask the system to wait until the username is visible. Okay, true. And I want this to be a wait on here. So see, as soon as I provided this value, we got another username here. So how that happened? By changing the cardinality here. We have changed it to 0 to n. So you can use this n times. Okay. And then we want to add the username value over here. That will be input. I'll explain this. So basically what we are telling the tool is to please go to this application and wait on matlab wait for this username to be visible, and once this is visible, please enter this value by input. Okay, I hope this is clear. We are simply asking the tool to go to this element and wait until it's visible, and once this is visible, that means true, please enter this value input. Okay, now we only wanted this twice. We don't want to use this again after this. So to remove that, so every time you use, add any value, automatically another element will be added here. Okay. So in order to stop that, you can again change this back to 0 to 1. Now the empty ones will be deleted. The same thing you want to do for password. Even password is loading bit late. So what we will do? We will again change the cardinality for the password from modules, properties, and here we will give it as n. And then we will come to test cases and we will tell it to please wait until this value is visible, and we will change the action mode. Changing the action mode is very important here. Many people will forget to do that. So make sure you are okay. Sometimes I don't want that password string over here. Okay. Now I will tell it to input the one second. Yes, we will change this to string and we will give the password. What was password? This was the password. Okay, see. Again, the same thing we have added on the password element. So what we are telling the tool, please wait for password to be visible and then input the password value. And again to stop this, same thing, we just go back and change it to 0 to 1 and click outside, it will be saved and you can see it will be deleted. And for login, we will just give it a click option because I think, sorry, if you just open this, it will automatically select it. Click is again input itself. As we saw, it's a button, so it's an input action. So let's just run this and see. Basically, you can't see anything on the screen because the application is not too low, but still, it will work. Let's run in Scratchbook. You can see it has added the value and clicked on uh, OK, login. Now in the Scratchbook, you see everything is green. That means our test cases have passed. So in the WaitOn, you see on the log info, you can see the message here. WaitOn was successful. So expected value true, actual value true. That means it waited for that item to be visible and then it has added the value. Same thing it has done for password and then clicked on login. So this is the functionality of WaitOn input and verify. So one more thing, the WaitOn, there is a default time which is 20 seconds it will wait for, and that thing you can find it on your projects tab. When you go at the top left projects, you come to settings and then just wait for it to load. Yeah, here on the T box, when you open that and you scroll down to synchronization, click on this and you see this one. Second one, timeout during WaitOn. It is 20,000. This is in milliseconds, so it's basically 20 seconds. So you can also change this value based on your requirement as per your client requirements or the team's understanding. But I won't be changing that. You can change that to however you want, but this will be only in milliseconds. So make sure you're putting it the value in milliseconds. So yeah, you can go back and this is how we can make use of different action modes like input, WaitOn and verify. I hope it was clear. So this was the agenda for this video. Let me, yeah, I'll come back to the notes part. In the next video, we will be covering buffer and post that we will see select and constraint. So see, basic usage mostly in our test cases will be using these input, verify, buffer and WaitOn. Select and constraint would be mostly used on table operations where I will create a separate video for that. But for now, I hope these three are clear for you. And one more thing guys, I missed on telling you how you close your workspace is very important because you need to first save your work here. So never close your Tosca commander from this close button. You always have to save your work by clicking here save, and then you have to go to project and from here you need to click on close workspace. So this will close your workspace first and after this you're good to go with this close button. Okay. So this was all about the action modes input, verify and WaitOn. And yeah, I hope you uh, enjoyed it and it was something helpful for you. And if you did enjoy, then please like, share, subscribe, and comment on the video if you have any questions or doubts or any such things. And yeah, see you on the next one. Bye bye.